Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. This is Mike from the Student Engagement Team at Lansing Community College. Happy Monday. Today is the first part of our weekly University Center Partner Series here on the LCC Facebook page. Shortly, I'm going to be joined by a few of our colleagues from Central Michigan University, and we're going to talk about the partnership, the newest partnership between Lansing Community College University Center and Central Michigan University, and the great opportunities for students that presents itself when you start at LCC and transfer to CMU. Just to give a quick little recap, each night this week, we're gonna have one of our University Center partners join us. Tonight, we're gonna have CMU. Throughout the week, we're gonna have videos with Ferris State University, Siena Heights University, the University of Michigan Flint, and Northwood University. So we're giving our students an opportunity to kind of see what some of those partnerships are like and what those opportunities present themselves. And I can see that my guests are here, so let me bring them on in and we'll have a nice little conversation. Hi, Casey. Hi, James. How are you?
Hi, Mike. I'm well, thank you.
Thanks for joining me here.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
We're happy to be here.
Thank you. I just introduced you as the newest partner at our wonderful University Center on our campus. So I'll give you both a minute to just introduce yourself and say a few things, then we'll just jump right into some questions about the LCC and CMU partnership.
Great, thanks, Mike. My name is Casey Hansel. I work here in the Lansing area. We actually have two locations now. We have one location located in East Lansing over by Eastwood. And since we've become a University Center partner, we now have an office located in the University Center office located directly across from LCC. So we're really excited to be part of this great opportunity to be part of LCC's community and campus. And I look forward to engaging and talking with all of you. You can connect with me once the University Center opens. I'll be available in the office, as well as by phone, booking links, and emails.
Great, thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is James Larson, Assistant Director for On-Campus Transfer Admissions here on the main campus of Central Michigan University up in Mount Pleasant. I will also be down at the University Center at least probably once a week, once it opens up for sure. And would extend my travel down there as well. So I'm very excited for this partnership. And Lansing Community College students that have transferred to Central have done extremely well in terms of their GPA and just really taking the ground running, so to speak, once they get on campus here. So we're very excited for this new partnership, but also a continued partnership in many ways, and helping our Lansing Community College friends for their career here.
Great, thank you. Before we start talking about this important partnership, I have to point out that, James, I will need an advance notice when you come down. I happen to be a former employee and student at CMU, and I would really appreciate a cabin pizza coming down with you one of these days. That's a big thing that's missed in my household for sure.
Well, we'll do that for sure.
Thank you. Okay, so if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to ask you some questions, some unique to CMU and some unique to the LCC CMU partnership, and we'll just have a nice little conversation here. So, James, you kind of alluded to this, but can you talk about the success rate of transfer students, perhaps specifically LCC transfer students to CMU and what you see in them?
Yeah, so in terms of our Lansing Community College students coming up to Central, we see a large contingent of students that have a 3.0 or higher GPA, doing very well in their first semester and first year at Central as well. So it's exciting to see that LCC is truly preparing students to be able to transfer seamlessly up here to the campus in Mount Pleasant. And it's exciting to see that working relationship between our both partnering institutions and the success that our students see. Because honestly, the success of our students is a direct reflection upon both our community college and university.
Absolutely.
We want to make sure that we're doing everything we can as faculty and staff members to make sure that transition of transfer is smooth, but also that transfer students feel welcome here, that they're not just second-class citizens, so to speak. They truly are students, and we want them to be as successful as any incoming freshman would be as well, too. But we're excited, again, for this partnership to really forge ahead and seeing the success and statistics of our transfer students from Lansing Community College specifically over the years and the success rates that they've had. You'll know that an LCC student coming to Central is going to do very well based on, I always kind of compare us to the Goldilocks story. We're not too big, we're not too small, we're just the right size. Average class size is 25 students. Faculty student ratio is 21-1 here on Mount Pleasant campus here at Central. So that kind of surprises people a lot. Students get to know professors. I know some professors here that write 1, 2, 3-page letters of recommendations for their students because they know them so well and all the activities they're involved in on campus. We really impress upon students, even transfer students, to get involved with the academic clubs or our Office of Career Development. Start looking at internships and research opportunities right away. Start planning a semester or two or the next summer ahead to build up the resume at the same time you're earning credits towards your degree. That makes you more marketable. That makes you more attractive as a candidate for graduate school or even that first job. And we do a wonderful job in preparing our students.
Yeah, I can kind of piggyback off that a little bit, in that a lot of times when I work with prospective students who would be starting at the community college level, I always encourage them to use the time at the community college as kind of a soft reset. Maybe you didn't do the best in high school, but now is your opportunity to restart and really, earn those transfer scholarships and earn those awards and things that you can get early on to propel you to that 4-year that maybe you are ready yet, but you're just not ready to take that step, to get out there. So yeah, that speaks to that wonderfully. So thank you. What specific programs will CMU at the University Center offer to transfer students?
Yeah, so we have a variety of different programs that we'll offer to our transfer students, but not just transfer students, to all students who are interested in taking courses online. We have several different programs online. We offer through Global the Bachelor's of Science degree as well as the Bachelor's of Applied Arts degree. And we have a couple different majors that students would be able to participate in. We have the bachelor's degree in administration, the bachelor's degree in community development, and the bachelor's degree in organizational leadership. And each 3 of those degrees work as an accelerated program into our master's of administration degree. So students who are looking beyond the 4-year could actually use 12 credits of their undergraduate degree towards getting their master's at CMU. Yeah, I mean, that's a great deal for students. It ends up only being about 8 classes once you've graduated with your bachelor's degree to get that master's degree. So it's a great option for students. But when we talk about more face-to-face or high flex or hybrid type classes, we're looking at bringing to the Lansing University Center the elementary degree. So it's a bachelor's degree in elementary education, teaching PK through 6th grade.
Okay.
What that degree would be is that students would take about 4 or 5 classes face-to-face at either the University Center or at the East Lansing Center. That's still kind of up in the air. But they take about 4 or 5 classes face-to-face, and then the remainder of the coursework would be done online. So that's a really great opportunity for our students that need a degree that's closer to home, that they can't really travel up to main campus and still want to, teach and become an education teacher or a leader. We have several other different degrees that we offer online. We have our Bachelor's of Nursing degree that we offer 100% online. We have a Bachelor's of Science in Political Science and of Psychology, Public and Nonprofit Administration. I feel like I'm missing 1 or 2 of them. Oh, Early Childhood Development. We have a Bachelor's of Science or Applied Arts in that. So we have a variety of different bachelor's degrees that we offer 100% online for students that are interested in taking courses through our Global Campus program.
That's great. Yeah, several of those that you mentioned, I know that we have at the associate's degree level. So I always encourage students to pursue the associate's degree and transfer, or just look at the transfer degree. And I always, encourage them, talk to wherever you want to end up next. Talk to the CMU rep or talk to the rep from whoever and kind of look at the admissions process for transfer students to determine what your best route would be. But it's good to hear that a lot of what we offer can transition right into that bachelor's completion program through CMU.
And we have a really exciting opportunity with our transfer students that are interested in main campus transfer. We just completed our transfer degree in kinesiology for those students that are interested in becoming an athletic trainer.
Oh, great.
That's a great option for our students that are looking to move on and progress through that route and get their master's degree and become a certified athletic trainer as well.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. So this one was kind of mentioned a little bit, but we're kind of in a unique time right now. Obviously, here on our main campus, we're all working remotely. The University Center isn't open. For students who are going through, they're working maybe from home, maybe in person, they have a family, they have other responsibilities, and we're kind of in this weird COVID world right now. What would you say to those students who maybe think there's an opportunity for them, but they're maybe unsure, and they're maybe unsure how that opportunity might fit into their everyday life right now, based on kind of the world we're living in?
Yeah, Mike, I'll go ahead and take this one to start, because I used to be one of those students, and I used to be, when I got my undergraduate degree, I was an LCC student. I transferred to Central Michigan University. In my first semester, I would drive back and forth to main campus because it was pretty close by. It was about an hour drive. But, life and work and things like that kind of take priority in your life, and I needed to find a more flexible degree program for me. And that's what our global campus programs allow our students, is that flexibility, those options to stay close to home, to work in their own environment, to work on papers when they're able to work on papers, or do assignments when they're able to complete those assignments. So it's a really flexible program for our students who are looking for that non-traditional route. We offer 2 terms within each semester, so each term is 8 weeks. So that's a really great opportunity for students who feel a little overwhelmed. Maybe you only want to take 1 class each term. You take 1 class each term, that makes you a part-time student. You get 6 credits in 1 semester, and only have to take 1 class at a time. So that's a really great option. That's one that I felt was important to me when I was a global campus student back in the day. It gave me a lot of flexibility to have my family life as well as my work life, and then my school life at the same time. And then I'll kind of transition over to main campus and ask James if he wants to talk about anything. But, I was that student that needed flexibility. I was able to travel to main campus for a semester and take classes up there. And we're so close to home. And maybe James can kind of elaborate on that a little bit. But I think that we're just situated in a great place for our Lansing community students to, be part of a CMU team.
Yeah, certainly up at main campus here in Mount Pleasant. With COVID-19, we had to switch some things around. We're very much deploying the high flex model, which gives the students opportunity to be, face-to-face in class with face masks on, 6 feet apart, desks and everything like that. Or if the student's not comfortable, we've retrofitted all of our classrooms to have cameras and microphones, so students can actually remote. They can watch the class as it's happening during that specific time frame as well too. So we call that the high flex model. So there's those synchronous courses, so they can watch online. Then there's some asynchronous options where faculty just post the work on Blackboard. And students, when it says it's due, you turn it in at that time or earlier with that. So we're deploying that model for spring terms, spring 2021 as well. When it comes to fall 2021, we're not sure yet. I don't think anybody's for sure what's going to happen.
No one
here.
knows.
So, but one nice thing about transfer students up at Central, there's no residency requirement to live on campus. So certainly you can commute, very much like Casey did as well too. Just if you want to get a commuter parking pass, they're about $150 for the year. So pretty good deal with that. You might be able to work it out with your academic advisor where you only have Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. I don't know if that's possible every time, but certainly there's opportunities between classes to get into the library, get in the Bovee University Center, get work done during the day between classes, and then after your last class, take off or head to the library for some research or whatever you need to do. So certainly one way or another, you could do it here on Mount Pleasant. But again, the flexibility that Global Campus offers, adult learning students, but even students that want to take it a little bit slower, certainly is a great aspect of what we can offer at Central.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. If you were to meet a prospective student who is, let's say, a current LCC student, and let's say, for example, we're back on campus, you guys are in the Gannon hallway, you got your CMU table, and someone wanders up and they say, well, I want to get a bachelor's degree, but I don't really know where yet. What would your approach be to that student who's a current student of ours looking to move on somewhere?
I'll start, Casey.
Go ahead.
So in that case, I would do a little more probing in terms of questions to see what they're interested in studying, whether they're inclined or if they're still undecided, that's okay as well. I mean, Central Michigan University has over 200 undergraduate programs that we offer on main campus, 300 if you count our graduate and specialist and doctoral level programs as well too. But we want to make sure that the student is going in well informed in terms of their options and opportunities, and we would even provide an opportunity for them to meet with an academic advisor in an area that they'd like to talk about. We're offering currently transfer visit days on our campus. They start in the afternoon, a little brief presentation, admissions presentation, followed by a transfer student panel with students, transfer students that are current CMU students now, but they talk about their experiences in transferring. And then they meet with the academic liaisons of whatever academic college that they're interested in. They get a specialized tour of those facilities, and then they get to sit down with an academic advisor and go over their credits, whether it's an unofficial or official transcript. They go through them. We collect those before the day starts and get them over to the registrar's office and do a whole evaluation, and then send those to the advisors before their meeting. So they know what they're talking about during that advising meeting, and then we do a campus tour. So it's a great opportunity. We look for any way of opportunity for students to visit campus or have students be able to communicate with our academic advisors. And we have a number of opportunities with BookMe appointments that can be set up in advance with academic advisors to talk more specific, more in the weeds of the program that they're interested in, to get them a better idea with that. So again, we're an open book. Whether it's global or main campus, we're an open book. We want to make sure our students know what they're walking into, so to speak, but have every bit of information to make a well-informed decision.
Yeah, one of the things that I always ask students is, find the place that's going to make you feel at home. Find the place that's going to make you feel supported, that's going to make you feel comfortable in your life, in your lifestyle, and what you're able to accomplish within the parameters that you have. And, look at the services that are available. Look at the support systems that are available. Look at the programs that are available. What are your goals? I talk to students about goals in attending main campus versus global campus. And if they want to attend main campus, then our conversation goes in a very different direction than it would if it were to attend global campus. So really looking at your life situation and what you're able to accomplish within the parameters that you're working within. And then finding the school that's going to fit those goals. A lot of the students that after they attend CMU, we'll ask them, why did you choose CMU? And they'll say, it felt like home to me. As soon as I got to campus, it felt like home to me. Once I started taking classes in global, I had the support system that I needed. I felt comfortable. I felt at ease. And so I think that's the conversations that, we like to have with students as well.
Yeah, I think that's very important. We used to have weekly campus visits in our Gannon building. For anyone interested in LCC, they could come in, get a tour, answer questions about programs, things like that. And, I would always say the last thing that we want, and quite frankly, almost any college wants, is for you to come there and feel like you wasted your time, you wasted your money, you wasted your financial aid, you wasted any of that. So, I always encourage students to do the same things and make sure you're going to get what you want out of this. And not feel like, oh, well, I shouldn't have gone here, I shouldn't have gone there by the time they're done. So it's nice to know that we're kind of all looking out for the student overall, not just trying to get them here and get them going kind of thing. My next question is, and this is to speak about the University Center in particular. So if a student feels like they want to complete their bachelor's degree, they want to transfer over to the University Center, but they also want that campus culture, that campus experience, so to speak. What would you say to that student who might fear that missing out on that would be something lost in their college experience?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really valid fear because we know that students who are more engaged in their environment have a better chance of being successful and graduating from school. So we want them to feel like they're part of a community. We want them to feel connected to campus. And we do things here in the Lansing area to help students feel connected. We have spring open houses where we invite students to come in and have punch and cookies. And we haven't had one in a little while now, but we have those events here at our campus here at the center. We also do little email newsletters to our students to kind of help them keep connected with what's going on. But overall, main campus does that as well. So the students will get the same types of resources that any student on main campus would have available to them just locally here in Lansing. And the great thing about CMU and being a Lansing student is that it's maybe a 50-minute drive, maybe a 60-minute drive to go up to campus. You can still go up there, watch a football game for free because all students get into the football games for free, even the global campus students. Or, you can go up there and use a library or join a student group and meet once a week with your student club up there. So there's definitely ways to be connected both here locally within the Lansing area, but also with the main campus as well.
Great, thank you. So in my experience, previously working at CMU, a brief stint at MSU, and now at LCC, I always talk about money with a student. Whether they want to or not, I have that difficult conversation about the dollars and cents. So are there any funding tips or any particular transfer dollars available for specifically transfer students who may look for the LCC to CMU pathway?
Sure, I'm going to share my screen real quick, showing you a slide of our transfer scholarships. Do you see that?
Yep, looks good to me.
Perfect. So, students, once they apply to Central, whether it's a global campus or main campus, they can receive one of the scholarships listed on the left here. Again, it depends on whether they're full-time or part-time status. So if a student qualifies for our transfer honor scholarship, they have to have a 3.5 GPA with at least 24 credits under their belt. And that's $3,500 per year up to 3 years. CMU students just need to maintain 30 CMU credit hours per year. That could be spread out through fall, spring, and even summer terms within that full academic year to get those 30 credits in. So again, for 2 years to be able to be eligible for the 3rd year. If their GPA is not as high as a 3.0 or higher, there's that transfer recognition scholarship. Now, if a student is looking to be part-time, we do have the Transfer Success Award based on 3.0, at least 12 credits completed. And that's, again, for students between 6 and 11 credit hours per semester, and that's worth $1,000 per year. Or if there's some international students that are interested in Central that attend Lansing Community College, we do offer an in-state tuition rate as well for those students. Now, the scholarships on the right side, if a student decides to live on our main campus, again, transfer students are not required to live on campus. I'd say the majority of them live off campus. There's plenty of housing within 5 to 10 minute walking distance of our campus. But if they do want to live on campus and like the convenience, especially the meal plan, we do offer a transfer resident life grant of $2,000 per year up to 3 years as well. And I know some of your top end students are Phi Theta Kappa members, PTK. We do offer a PTK scholarship now at Central starting this year. Again, GPA requirements 3.5 for that, and that's stackable on top of the honor scholarship. And that same student, if they want to live on campus, they could stack the resident life grant on top of the honor scholarship as well. So great opportunities for students for that. We do recommend filing the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, to look at any need-based aid, federal Pell Grant, state of Michigan grant, or scholarship aid as well. And also there's Central Michigan University institutional need-based aid, but we wouldn't know that without the FAFSA being filed. So
Sure,
there's
sure.
potential resources there. We also have other opportunities for students with our scholarship universe. I always compare it. It's brand new this year as well through our Office of Scholarships and Financial Aid. I kind of compare it to the Common App. So it's a one-stop shop for looking at multiple scholarships, whether they're endowed CMU scholarships or third-party sources. And it's a great opportunity for students to put that application together and resume, and then that gets sent out to multiple sources based on their interests of career or interests of academic programming as well. So that's a great opportunity for students to get involved. In addition to our academic departmental scholarships, there are some for transfer, but mainly you have to be a CMU student first, and then to apply for those, usually going into the winter term for the following year. But again, upperclassmen eat those up pretty fast, so
Sure.
Get on the ball on that as you come in as a student. So those are some of our scholarship opportunities for our transfer students right there.
Great. And are these selective, or are these awarded if you have the 3.5 and the 24 credits, for example?
Yeah, so these are as you apply, they're automatically added as well. So there's no separate application or anything like that. If a student, if their GPA rises after fall term and gets them to that 3.5 threshold or that 3.0 threshold, send those transcripts in. I mean, we're going to need them anyway to get those credits transferred, right?
Sure.
Send them in. We'll bump up the scholarship. Scholarship bumps are good until May 1st at the moment for that. So yeah.
Great. Yeah, we our scholarship program will open next week. It's open November 1st through the end of January. And ours is a single scholarship as well. So it's one application, and they kind of get filtered out based on full-time, part-time, career, educational opportunities, and et cetera. So I definitely always tell students it's free to apply, and it's free to apply for scholarships, and you never know what's going to happen at that point, right? We commonly see students who, and I'm sure you guys in admissions see this as well, whoever the flavor of the week is in terms of college sports is where the kids want to go to school, right? So it's, I want to go to Clemson, I want to go to Duke, I want to go to wherever. So I always say, okay, well, how much is Duke and how much is this? And start looking at these opportunities, and the discussion quickly revolves back to, okay, well, maybe I'll go to LCC and then transfer to, somewhere closer to home. But it's definitely, scholarships are the one thing that I can't encourage students enough to pursue, because there is almost a scholarship out there for everything. You would be surprised what you find. My next question, I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
Go ahead.
No. Okay. What makes CMU a unique partner to our university center? And what are some maybe things that, interesting facts or things about CMU that you would like to share with us?
Well, I think what makes us unique and a great partner for Lansing Community Colleges is that it's a partnership that we've been, a part of for many years now. So we've been in the Lansing area for about 15 to 20 years. So it's not a new local spot for us. It's that we've been here. We're just now able to be in a place where we can be part of the university center and engage with students at that higher level that way. So we're really excited about that opportunity. But we've also been doing online learning for a long time. So we have satellite service centers, not satellite, the service centers located across the nation. We have one in Hawaii. We have a couple in Canada. So we've been doing these global experiences, these online experiences for students for quite a while now. And I think that really positions us really well to be a strong school to get your degree from, whether it's at main campus or online. So we're just really, uniquely, I think, positioned in that way to be part of the partnership. Also, we offer so many variety of programs. So I mentioned a couple of the bachelor's degrees, but we have certificates as well. So we offer 3 different certificates at the undergraduate level, 10 to 15 different certificates at the graduate level, all online, with both locations in Lansing. That gives you 2 different locations to get student services, whether you need to print, use a computer, use the internet, use study space. That gives our students the ability to come into a local center here in Lansing or across the nation.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I can share my own personal experience. Not that any student has probably ever done this before, but I was one of those graduate students who took all my MSA classes, and then that old Plan B part of it just kind of hung out. You know, it was like on the line. I just hadn't reeled it in yet, so I constantly wasn't to the point where I wanted to finish that Plan B paper to finish the MSA degree. And then finally, I did finish it at the East Lansing Center, and everyone there was very helpful. I had a 1.5-year-old at the time, and he would come in with me and run around like rampant in the office. But they were understanding that that's just what I was at that time, and that's the service I needed. And they were very accommodating that. So I can definitely share from my own experience that no matter where you are, you're welcome, in terms of educational life, personal life, whatever it might be. There's opportunities for you there. So. Let's see. What is the best way right now for students who want CMU information to get it during this COVID period? Obviously, the University Center is closed. We are not physically on campus at LCC. So a student sees this, they're interested, where do they go from there?
I can tell you for main campus, the best way to get a hold of us, if you go to this URL site, cmich.edu/transfer. That'll get you to our transfer hub webpage where there's opportunities to visit campus. We're doing on-campus visitations right now. They're smaller numbers due to COVID, but transfer visit day, absolutely amazing opportunity for students to get a campus tour, meet with an academic advisor, going over their transcripts in terms of that, and having those evaluated by a registrar's office, meeting with academic liaisons for the college that they're interested in based on their major, and then listening to a transfer student panel as well. Great opportunity. There's also book me links for my personal calendar, so you can set up an appointment with me, and we could talk about your transfer experience and talk about what you're looking to study, and then I could be able to square our students away going forward from there and make it easy. I will tell you this, I just heard it today, and Casey, this is news too for Global Campus.
Breaking news, I love it.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
We're extending the application fee waiver until November 30th. It was for the month of October, but now we're extending that to November 30th. And as long as the application's in, just select pay later at the very end of the application. There's pay now, pay later, select pay later, and then submit your LCC transcripts and any other institutions that you've attended. And once that's in, we'll waive the application fee again up to November 30th now. So very exciting indeed, extending that application fee waiver promotion. And we definitely want students to apply and come for a visit. No matter what institution you're interested in, you got to visit the campus if you can. I know right now, there might be a little online touring options, which we have as well. But getting on the ground, seeing what the university's about, just getting a good feel, that's important too, and making a decision. But I always tell students, Central Michigan University is kind of like the Goldilocks story. We're not too big, we're not too small, we're just the right size. Average class size, as I mentioned earlier, 25 students. Faculty-student ratio is 21-1. Professors get to know you, very much like a private college. So if you're looking for that mid-major institution, again, not too big, not too small, Central's just right. But we have many options in between, and again, of online options. Totally online options with our global campus partners and our university center partners as well. So, we're trying to hit all areas, and we'll be able to accommodate our students going forward.
Great, thank you. I'll definitely share the cmich.edu/transfer in the chat area of this conversation on Facebook. So as students are hearing us, they can click and kind of see that. So thank you for that. I'm just looking at my list of questions here. What do you think is the best makeup of a transfer student, if there is one? Like if a student is out there thinking, I don't know if I'm transfer transferable. I don't know if I'm transfer material. Is there such thing, and what would you perhaps say to that student?
I would say to student, if there's a will, there's a way. So if you've got the will, if you've got the drive, if you've got the idea that, hey, I might want to transfer and go to CMU, then there's a way. We can help you, whether it's online, whether it's face-to-face on our main campus. If you've got the will, the desire, we can help you get here. So sometimes four-year colleges can be a little scary, and in my own experience, when I was a transfer student from LCC, I felt the same. But once you get here, you really feel like family. You really feel like you're part of the community. You feel like you have that support system here. And so if you are a little worried about transferring to a four-year school, we've got the supports put in place. We have student success coaches that contact our students on a weekly basis to make sure they're okay. So you've got me here in the Lansing area and my colleagues here in the Lansing area to help support you. So you've got space that you can always come and chat with the community help. So if you've got the will, we've got the way to get you there.
That's great. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, James. Sorry.
It's just one step at a time when it comes down to it. Just taking those steps, making that checklist and just going after it, I understand that transferring to a big institution can seem a little daunting, but honestly, it takes 15 minutes to walk across this campus. We're not as big as people think we are, I think, in terms of land space by any means. We're only 1.3 square miles. We're not like MSU. It takes 45 minutes in a bus to get across campus or anything like that. So, but students, they seem to, they especially students that visit campus, they're like, oh, it seems so big. And then after the campus tour, they're like, it's not as big as I thought. So, you can learn the campus literally within a week. Honestly, within a week, you'll have this campus down like the back of your hand. So go for it. We're here to support you. The support mechanisms, we have a number of those in place. As Casey mentioned as well, too, we have all that up here in academic support services, academic advising services here in our main campus. All of our advisors are housed within the academic colleges as well. So the advisor that you're assigned, you'll have access to them to book an appointment at any time. And you could book multiple appointments throughout the semester in case you change your major, and that's okay. I changed my major 3 times.
So it happens. Yeah.
It is what it is. But our advisors will be there to make sure you're taking care of general education requirements, degree program requirements, major, minor requirements, whatever it is. We want you to graduate as quickly as possible as well, too. As much as we love our students, want to keep you forever, you need to get out, move on to graduate school or into the workforce. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. That kind of, one piece of advice I always share with prospective students is you just got to start. And once you start, you'll realize that there is people knocking down your door willing to help. And you just got to start, get here, get going, and understand that we have, much like CMU, success coaches, we have advisors, we have access services, consultants, all this stuff that goes into helping you be successful, because ultimately I'm not successful and you guys aren't successful if our students don't come in and have a successful experience. So it's great to hear. That's all the questions I have. If either of you have anything else to share, we'd love to hear it, and know that we're all excited about this partnership.
Yeah, thank you, Mike, for giving us the time to chat. I think what I would want to communicate most is, and we'll throw some links in the chat too, is if just talk to us. Both James and I have book me links, so you can schedule an appointment with us. Give us a call. We'll talk to you on the phone. Ask us any questions that you might have about Central Michigan University. We've gone through the process of transferring, attending a large university, so we kind of have the experience. My children are at the age where they're going to apply at colleges. My senior in high school is going to be taking the CMU campus tour on Wednesday.
Okay.
So just get involved, talk with us, do some research, discover what CMU is all about. We're here to help you.
Great. Thank you.
And I'll just reiterate what Casey said. Again, just get your application in and start working the process. Like any problem that you have, you got to work through it and, surround yourselves with the support mechanisms and friends and contacts to make you successful. And that's what Central's about, and we take care of our own. We have over 225,000 living alumni to network with as well. And you will always be supported no matter where you go across the country. If you're wearing that Action C or Flying C, you're going to bound to run into somebody that's going to say, fire up chips right at you.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's
Fire
that
up
connection.
chips.
Yeah. So there's always that connection and that love for your alma mater here at Central. And, by every means, you're a professional student, and we're, as professionals, are going to help you, help set your path going forward into that future career and making sure that you're successful in every step of the way. We want you to be successful because, again, that's a direct reflection upon us.
Absolutely.
So we take pride in our students and going forward in their career paths and their academic paths while they're here. So thank you for having us,
Great.
Mike. Appreciate the
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
And,
We're excited. We're excited about this, and I think it's a great time to showcase all of our UC partners as we have students coming in, and they're kind of at the point now where maybe they're about halfway done with their first semester, maybe looking at next year, maybe planning out that third year. So it's a great opportunity to introduce what's over sometimes, as we say, across the street over on across Capitol in that lovely University Center building. So thank you both so much for your time. It's greatly appreciated, and welcome to the University Center. We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.